Check.
of that. So I'm still keeping talking.
Oh,
what?
I think I got it.
Did it go? Or did you just...
Hey, Steven, type in if we got our audio.
See if there's any audio rolling on the blower here.
Keep talking.
Keep talking as we're doing that on IE Newswire. We're just going, if anybody gets a live shot or we're doing, see if we're getting the sound yet.
Yeah.
Well, somebody's getting sound.
Got it.
So I think we're getting sound now? Are we actually getting sound on there? So we actually got it working of that. Wow. Of that. So you heard my whole back to the 1920s movies going on of the silent movies. Have you ever watched those?
No, but I wish I would have known, and I could have put a gray black and white feature on it.
There you go. So now can you...
Now that the show's over.
Yeah, now the show's over on that of going across and forth. There you go. Oh, so we do now. Hopefully you can hear us on that. So here's what, and I'm just going to do the short story of it when I was doing that.
Barely audio.
From
right.
barely audio, so of that. So when you're getting that, so I'll just give you some little bit of tests going on that. Let me see. Let me just roll through one of the deals, and I was.
Keep going.
I was at the, and I'm going to reiterate that. I was gassing up the Ford S, or filling it up with oil, actually. I call it the oil burner because it's diesel. This 97 F Ford 250. And the gentleman pulled up to the next pump and said, "Hey, how you doing?" And I said, "I'm having a fantastic day, except for the $100 it's going to take to fill this thing up." And he said, "Yeah. We're going," he said, "this is the last of the $3 a gallon." He said, "It's going to be $5 a gallon after Biden gets in." And I said, "Yeah, you're probably, I'm not going to disagree with you on that." And I said, "Yeah, one of my friends posted in North Carolina, diesel's almost half $1.65 a gallon." And he looks at me and says, "You're a Trump guy?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Yeah, they flat stole that election from Trump." I'm going to say profiling or stuff like that. Like I pointed out when Steph puts herself on the camera, his shade of skin tone was probably about as black as the turtleneck that Stephanie's wearing on that. So you wouldn't expect that from somebody else. But you talk about profiling. You looked at me, hillbilly looking type with a Ford F-250. He said, "You're a Trump guy," and I said, "Yeah." But you would look at him by the narrative that they put out, and most of the history that blacks have voted 90% plus for Democrats for that. But Trump got twice the black vote that he did in 2016, and way more percentage than any Republican has done probably in the last 40 or 50 years. So it goes back to the point of, yeah, you're profiling. People profile all the time. He was profiling me, figuring just by the way I looked, I was probably a Trump supporter, but you would look at him by the narrative out there, and you would figure he would not be. But he was the one, he called it election fraud. He said they stole that election from Trump. And that's where we're at in this country. I think a lot of people are wakened up, are becoming more aware of what we're doing. And as we work back and forth on this stuff, and as we said, we're finally coming back. We haven't been on since pre-Thanksgiving, so I hope everybody had a fantastic Thanksgiving and all that sort of stuff, now that you can actually hear me on the audio. But when you get to that, so when you come to this stuff,
we got sound.
Now it won't even stop. No. You hit the stop button and it comes back on. It's been one of those days, or past couple of days, or 3 or 4 days.
It's been one of those years.
Yes, it's apropos for 2020. But Governor Hairgel comes up on the deal, and you look at it, and he had a press conference on Monday coming up, and I want to play you this little video because this is signs
we're doing a video. I'm not ready for a video.
Things to come, going back and forth. So let's see if we can find it. Yes, here he is. This is Monday, Mr. Hairgel. Here we go.
In terms of the red flags, that are flying, not yellow flags, the red flags that are flying in terms of the trajectory and our projections of growth. And that's why we are making this point very loudly today. Dr. Galley will speak to it in the Q&A as well. And I may ask him before that to talk a little bit more. But if these trends continue, we're going to have to take much more dramatic, arguably drastic action, including taking a look at those purple tiered counties. And they are now 51 of the 58 counties. We had 9 counties over the weekend move backwards. Remember, we're not waiting on our weekly cadence to make moves. We're doing it much more consistently, updating the moves. 51 counties now in the most restrictive purple tiered status, 6 in the red status, just 1 in orange status, none now in yellow status. If we see these trends continue, the potential for a stay-at-home order for those regions in purple because of hospitalizations and ICUs. We're not just now looking at positivity rates. We're not now just looking at case rates. We are now looking in real time at hospitalization numbers.
So there you go, and I want to back it up a little bit to that. There you go, looking at the map there, in the purple. He said we're going to have a state lockdown, just like when this first started of that. Look at that map. 51 of the 57 counties. And the counties that are in red and the one in orange, there's more coyotes living in there than people. That's out in... it is. It's out up in the, in the desert, up there and, out there where in the hottest place of the world sometimes, where they set the record temperatures of that. That's where there's hardly anybody that lives out there. We're going to lock it. He already told you and do that of what's going to happen on this whole enchilada of coming back and forth. He's going to lock down the state again, just like the stay-at-home orders. You can't go anywhere, not to work, not nothing. You're done. That's what he just said. They're setting this up like deck chairs, on the Titanic. They're ready to sink us. Now that they got the majority, they think, that are going to buy into this control stuff, or we're just going to silently do what Hair Gel or Joe Biden or any of the others yo-hos are doing. They think they're going to run the deal. Are we going to let them get away with this crap anymore? For any reason?
Yeah.
We are?
No, I mean, yeah. We're standing now. I'm going to stop talking. I got too much going on over here.
Of that. No, it's absolutely flippin' ridiculous of what's going on the whole stuff of going on, because here's the whole thing. They're setting us up, and again, we had the hypocrite mayor in Denver that said, "Oh, don't go to Thanksgiving, yada yada."
But
yada,
you know what?
and gets
really,
on a plane.
There's been a lot of cases. I know now. Before, when all this kind of happened and all the shutdown started, I didn't know anybody that had it, and now it's like left and right, everybody's having it.
So here's the next one. LA County shut down all restaurants. No outside dining, no anything of that, and here we go with the fun technical problems of going on. But here you go. So they shut down all the restaurants. And now LA County Board of Supervisors is all women, all 5 of them, first time in history. So they voted to shut down all restaurants, locking it up. And yeah, I want to see the when this comes up. So. Why? This is what 3 of them, Sheila Kuehl was one of them. It was a 3-2 vote to lock down restaurants, everything. They're setting us up on this whole deal. This is from that. LA County Supervisor Sheila Kuehl visited an eatery in Santa Monica last week, just hours after she voted to ban outdoor dining at restaurants due to COVID-19 safety concerns, according to a report. Kuehl had been seen dining outside at 2 Farina Trattoria, an Italian restaurant near her home, Fox 11, Los Angeles, reported she had referred to outside dining as the most dangerous situation during LA County Board of Supervisors last Tuesday. This is a serious health emergency, and we must take it seriously. The servers are not protected from us. They're not protected from their own tables while they're serving in a particular time, plus all that hours after they're working. 5 hours after she makes this vote, this hypocrite lying blank, blank, blank is at a restaurant doing exactly what she told you not to do. Now, how could this broad be anything but the biggest hypocrite that ever walked the earth?
Went the other way.
Look at that face.
There you go.
I mean, you were cheerleading all women on the LA Board of Supervisors,
Hey, I'm
and
just
they pulled
saying.
that?
I'm just saying. Go women. Because I feel like I should.
And you want to support that. You want
Stop
that,
yelling at me.
You want to support. I keep telling you, women, when you want to turn.
It has nothing to do with the sexes. Get out of here.
Then why isn't
Get
there?
out of
Why
here.
are they?
Gavin was at a $500 plate dinner
And
thing.
so is this dingbat up
Well,
there after they told you, just like Gavin Newsom.
Look at her.
was doing.
She's lonely.
Well, I'm not going to disagree with you.
Come on.
I'm not going to disagree with you.
But you know what? Honestly, though. Wait. There we go. I don't know what I'm doing over here. I mean, maybe she is right. Maybe going out to dinner. But no, just.
Okay, keep going.
Going out to dinner is helping spread. Obviously, going anywhere is going to spread the virus. Even if you go to the grocery store, you know you're going to get it. Somehow it's going to come across. She's not wrong.
In the New York Times.
She's not wrong. But however, to say that this is the worst thing anybody can do and then go do it, I think she should have said, you know what, it is very dangerous to go out and eat or go to the store, or go anywhere. So maybe be more humanized about it. You know what I mean?
Do you
know what I mean?
In the New York Times, small gatherings may spread the
So
virus,
rude.
but are they causing the surge? Question mark. Yes, coronavirus can be transmitted over cocktails and dinners, but these get-togethers may not account for the huge rise in cases. Here we go on that. Here's the key point. Many epidemiologists are far less certain, saying there's little evidence to suggest household gatherings were a source of the majority of infections since the summer, and indeed it has become much harder to pinpoint any source outbreak now that the virus is so widespread and Americans may be exposed in so many ways. Somebody says something and somebody else says it, then it just becomes the truth, said Julia Marcus, an infectious disease epidemiologist at Harvard University. I worry about this narrative that it doesn't seem to be data-based. It is a lie. We do not spread it anywhere at restaurants. You're going to tell me...
We do. There's no way you don't spread
You're going to
it.
tell me that at 25% or 50% capacity, it's not going to spread it versus 100% capacity?
It's all the same
No
crap.
science epidemiologist will stamp their name to say it, just as in this article. It's
Sorry,
all
Daddy.
BS.
Hi, Sean.
Hey guys, hi Stephanie. You got 1 minute.
So now you want to still stand behind this? The science says it doesn't happen. It hasn't happened. There's no credible evidence to say it does. Yet they're locking us down. LA County Board of Supervisors, while Newsom and Sheila Kuehl tell you not, and the mayor of Denver and all those other hypocrite blankety-blank politicians that are doing this tell you not to do that. Do as I say, not as I do, because they do the exact opposite. Once they make the vote and lock you down, then they've got free reign to do whatever they want. They don't have to worry about you little people clogging up their restaurants or roadways or anything else because you graciously say, "Oh,
Stop
I
with the
just wanted
voice.
to do that.
30
Please
seconds.
don't hurt me on this. We won't do anything to harm any. We're all gonna die if we go to the grocery store or your restaurants." It's all. There is no science behind it. It's all about controlling you. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're a little wrong.
All right,
A
guys,
little.
here we go. 10 seconds.
Hey, you got rid of my jingle.
OEMSupplyKing.com.
OEM Supply King. We got it!
IE Newswire Daily is on the air.
The following is a paid program. Views and claims expressed are those of the program producer and are not endorsed by this station. Opinions expressed are not necessarily those of radio station KMET, its management, employees, or affiliates.
We're back on the Mighty Med as we do every Monday through Friday at 5:30. Broadcasting on the Mighty Med 1490 all across the Inland Empire. Joining our audience who got a little the Twitch. Had a few technical problems on that, but going in on that. And he said, yeah, he said, are you having a great day? And I said, yeah, except this $100 I'm spending on this and from Trump. He said, with that of Stephanie's turtleneck. It's a bunch of BS. Trump got twice the vote of the black crap that we're going through. We played the hair gel's going to shut us down. Sheila Kuehl, the LA County supervisor who votes to close down counties in the purple, which is the one he said we're basically counting down the clock until we lock this state down, just like they did back in March and April, where you can't go anywhere.
You know what's really frustrating is, like I had mentioned, there's a lot of people that took the flu serious. We never took cold season serious. There's a lot of crap in the world. Why don't we take that kind of stuff more serious?
There you go.
And don't go out to season. Are there numbers yet? I wonder. That's a good point. Michael writes in on YouTube, if I can find it.
Going to be dictated to, mandated, going across the board. You want to be treated like a 3-year-old? Just keep going out. Do you get up million or whatever the number is, and you do that? They didn't verify signatures on these mail-in ballots. That's what we said. When you get an absentee ballot, they have to verify the signature before they count and open that envelope and count that vote. They did not do that on a mail. Newsom locked the state down like he said he's going to do within maybe hours or days. 51 counties in the point of the flu system. We talked about it with Kelly Victory and many others. They put out no statistics on flu, which kills 30 or 40 to 100,000 people every year per their bogus. About as probably even more bogus than the election fraud we went through on this whole thing. And they're doing it for control. Like I said, Newsom tells you not to go to a restaurant. He goes to the $400 a plate French Laundry with all his buddies and lobbyists and payoffs and who knows what's going on, as I would almost bet or allegedly went on that whole deal, while you cannot go. Same thing with the whole deal going across the board of that on that with Sheila. The position, yes, you are. Anybody that voted for this crap, that kind of mistake, I guarantee you.
You got to point this way.
Of that.
No.
I'm looking at a green. No, he is. He's a POS of that. How could he go down and lock down this county or this state after we went through all this stuff just because, just because I can? That's what's happening as of now. Our politicians are 100% out of control. There is no scientific. And
you know what's sad is that when they open up and everybody comes back out of like their little bunker and all this, everyone's going to get so sick from all the other.
People were arrested in an anti-lock protesters class with police in central London that officers sought to break up the demonstration. Of that going back and forth. The people in London are saying, the hell with this. And the cops are out there arresting them. Newsom's going to roll back on us. Are we going to enforce that, or are we going to say no or hell no? I've said it on this show about 152,000 million times. I've said it at the County Board of Supervisors. Sheriff Chad Bianco, Riverside County, deputize all 2.5 million of us. We will stand with you. We will stand up when Newsom tries to send his goon squad to enforce that and say you're going to have to come through all of us. This is about coming down to this, in my opinion. We can do this legally and within the where we're at in this society today. We have that. We got a caller on of that, or we do. Let's see if we can hit the works and see if it goes. Who's on the line? Hello. Oh, let me say we haven't quite got it patched in yet. Of that. Of that. See if we got the caller on the line now. Or are we working?
Oh, you're finally working. I've had to try it 6 times.
Okay. Well, yeah, we're testing out or trying Trying some new stuff on this stuff on the technicality stuff, but what do you say to Newsom's new threatened lockdown orders, which may be coming in hours or days?
Well, you're living in moron, just like I saw when this city got done. And you know what I say about the city. We saw this coming here, and we all got educated from about 85 on these countries. And like I said, when I went up to Sacramento, when they sent me up there, and I asked them about it, they chased me out of there because they said I was anti-taxing and stuff. So it's bad. It's been going on. It's finally got to the point that it's at the breaking point.
Let's go back then. We'll give them a little bit of history.
Yeah.
My dad was a planning commissioner, I think from 87 to 89 in the city of Moreno Valley. So he got to go to one of the elite parties up in San Francisco that they have, like you're seeing where Hair Gel's going to the $400 plate dinners and Sila Cool and all that. This California League of Cities and all these other acronyms of that, this is what they do. They've been doing this for decades. They were doing it before 87. They've been perfecting it since 87. This is going on. You're hearing from somebody who sat in the meetings and heard it.
Yep. Like I say, we went to the best restaurant there. I think it was the best, way up on top of one big deal called Top of the Cock of the Top or something like that. Okay. It was. I mean, I don't know. It was expensive. Everybody, they talk about it. I mean, you went up about 25 stories to this big fancy restaurant, and all them people on the city was eating stuff, and they wouldn't even eat it. And I wouldn't eat. I didn't know what it was, so I didn't order nothing but just a piece of meat and a potato. And I mean, these people were eating and drinking like you couldn't believe. And I kind of got in trouble because I told them, "You guys are stupid," but that's the way it goes.
But they were, when you were in there, and that's what they do. They tell you, this is how we're going to fleece the people.
Yep.
And that's what they give you all the instruction to how to do it, how to covertly, to use the police and fire, or whatever you have to do this, to sell it to the people, and then this is behind the scenes, we're going to screw them over.
Well, what did I always tell everybody at City Council when I got back? You go up there to get your brain sucked out.
Yep.
That's exactly what happens up there. So, anyway, I was going to tell you, talk about everybody getting sick and everything over this COVID stuff. Well, when I went to Bonneville, out there in Salt, nobody wore masks. When we were down at the casinos in town, we didn't wear no masks. Walked all around out there, and we ate at all the restaurants. But the best part is, so all the young people, I went up to Tahoe, we went up there for a big tour.
Right.
Walked all around. Nobody was wearing masks up there. It was hundreds and hundreds of, 20 to 30-year-old kids who looked like college kids, all walking around, riding the tram up and down and doing everything else. And if there's supposed to be old people collecting it, I was the youngest guy there. I'm 80. The oldest guy was 90. All of us still ain't got it. What happened? And we were with hundreds and hundreds of young people. I mean, hundreds of them.
Yeah, where this is supposed to be. They're saying, now Fauci's saying, well, maybe we can open the schools back up now, da-da-da. I mean, that guy's been all over the map.
We're old guys. Now, if we're supposed to get it, what the hell happened to all of us? There was 4 of us, and I'm the youngest. So
yeah, you all should be dead by now, according to what they're saying of all that. And this is what is absolutely incredulous about this whole enchilada. It's not about that, and that's why I brought up that's 87. What 33 years ago. That was going on, and they've been perfecting it ever since then. Now this is how you didn't get to this state in 2020 overnight. They've been working this stuff and slowly walking you down the path, and now they think they've got a vast majority of the people that won't say anything, that will comply, and they're just pulling the clamps on us tighter every day.
Well, you were there when I took you into one of the city employees, a couple years ago to the deal over there in Moreno Valley, and you heard her tell you the same stories I was telling you and all the rip-offs that was getting done. And this is one person that was a very high employee, of course, dead now, so I don't want to mention her name because that's just the way it is. But you heard it all, so it wasn't I just made this stuff up.
Yes, executive staff as far as that goes. And and you hear it all the time. You would be amazed at the reports I get off the record on this stuff. that I can't talk about in the information that I get of that. And, again, you may think I'm whistling Dixie or blowing smoke or Pop is or anybody else. But, again, I want to hear you argue with the guy that was sitting in the meetings in 87 and 88 when this is happening. This is how I know this stuff. It isn't that, and I've been in many meetings where this stuff is going across and they're saying how we're going to hose the people over. It happens. It's there. They've been working it. Like I said, I'm talking to the black guy and he's saying they defrauded Trump out of this election. Now, according to all the reports of everything that's going on, this guy should have been the last guy. He should have been rejoicing that Joe Biden was getting in, and he's teed off, and he knows $5 a gallon of gas is coming, his freedoms and his opportunities getting taken away from him, and he is just as mad as anybody else, and the majority of the people should be.
Yep. But one thing I want to let you know, and you were standing there when this person verified what it was. I caught one of them writing themselves a $6,000 check, and I got harassed by the city council for even bringing it up. And they made me look like a dog over that whole deal.
Yes,
and,
that was Anna Marie Gallant.
You shouldn't say that. But
well, yes, I will, because she went on to become a city manager, and it's fact. It was on the deal. She resigned of going across that when she got caught. Tell me I'm wrong, but you know what? Somebody might have the frickin' documentation to back that up. So if you want to play, let's get it on.
Yeah, that's what I got in trouble for, because I had a confidential information sheet from the city where Murray Warden was the one that brought it up, and Norm King was the one that fired her. So, and like I say, when they were firing her, I heard this crying going on in the back room that's when I could walk through City Hall, and crying, and she's in the back room there crying because she got fired. I'm going, what the hell is going on? But hey, we perfected it all the years that I've been telling you about it, and it's going to get worse in the rest of your life, too.
Again, that's what I'm saying. You keep letting this stuff go on. That woman, in my opinion, and everybody coming across should have been, if you don't put these people in jail for the crimes that they allegedly committed, then then they just go on. Because she went on to become a city manager in multiple cities. After pulling this.
She got a retirement over $100,000 a year.
Yes.
With all kinds of benefits.
That you are paying for, all you people out there.
Huh? That ain't a politician. That's a city employee.
That's a city employee. Yeah, so, she never got elected to nothing. She went down to the redevelopment agency at Los Angeles. Look how corrupt that was. Why do you think they hired her? Take a guess.
And like I say, I could tell you one where I was on the electric one, and you ever want to hear me tell you about the city electric company and what was going on, and you were with the financial when I was trying to get them bonds shot. Somebody needs to talk to me sometime, and I'll tell you what's going on. Hey, this corruption from day one, so don't tell me about it. I was there.
You got it. So we're getting close to the end of the show here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of that. Yeah, we're getting close to the end. So, thanks for the insight, Pops.
Okay, bye.
Of that, yes. Going up, and let's roll it on because here you go. This is my thing on coffee. Is you always one day you'll hear coffee's going to kill you. And then the next day, exact that much coffee. 4 cups a day. 4 surprising health benefits of drinking that much coffee. Coffee doesn't have more than just a mood stabilizer and morning savior. Among many health benefits, researchers have linked it to lowered risk of America's disease and suggested it's a worthy defender against cirrhosis of the liver. Critics of the beloved bean juice have long maintained that coffee is bad for the heart and considering. And this is what I'm saying. What's bad for you is going to the Starbucks or buying the straight coffee with natural stuff in it. How you do it? I take and grind my own coffee beans from that fresh every time and do it. It makes a wonderful difference of how you do it. It's like you eat the banana and the peel, you eat the orange peel, you eat the whole thing, because there's much more benefits in the peel in most cases than there is in the inside, and you don't get the full nutritional value. Just as long as you don't, if you If you don't grind your beans fresh and make them, you do not get the full nutritional value that you do with ground coffee that you get in the stores. Or even worse, what screws you up is the crap they put in it. To the preservatives, the chemicals, and everything to make you addictive to it.
But you don't think they put those in the beans?
No.
Why?
Not if you get ones that don't have it. If you get whole beans that are just grown off the tree, roasted and put in the bag.
Can we get a coffee tree? They come on trees?
I
thought they were like a plant.
Yes, they're a plant, as far as I remember of that.
Why don't we grow our own coffee and
It's
sell
pretty difficult to grow.
Why?
It is. I mean, it's hard to grow and keep going, and it has to be in the right climate. What did they do it like in Central America, where they grow lots of it? Yeah, it's it's a very sensitive plant to try, and very hard crop to grow on that. But
well, you know everything. You shouldn't be able to do it.
well, you could do it like you could probably do it
but
in here
really-
if you did it in a greenhouse and controlled the climate.
Right.
Of that. I think it needs a lot of humidity to it, too, to make it work, going across the deal. But I want to say that's where you get into trouble, in my opinion. I'm no doctor or give medical advice, but in my layman's opinion, that's where you get into trouble with anything. With cookies and...
I think if you listen to your body enough,
Yes.
I think you'd know. Because, I mean, 1 minute eggs are good, the next minute they're, like, horrible.
If you drink, in my opinion, you drink whole 100% certified milk, best thing in the world for you. You drink,
I used to buy the 2%, 1%. I buy the whole now.
Yes, but I mean, when you used to, like when Altadena and stuff would have the raw certified milk, you taste it.
Raw?
It tastes completely different than the crap you buy in the store today.
Raw? Like
Yes.
not pasteurized?
Yes.
Like full hormones and all that stuff?
No hormones in it. Naturally,
whatever
that
it
were
is.
grass-fed cows.
So,
out
like,
in
just
the
go up
deal.
and suck on a cow's teat.
There you go.
That's disgusting.
What a way to end the show. Well, at least we finally got... And we had a little bit of technical problems. We apologize for that at first, but we got to work